Hi everyone, I did my Encyclopedia entry on the uncertainty reduction theory, and the uncertainty reduction theory argues that in initial interactions we have a human drive to reduce uncertainty about ourselves and about the people that we're communicating with. And this applies to both romantic and non-romantic relationships because it's a key aspect of interpersonal communication. So as long as we're interpersonally communicating, we are most likely reducing uncertainty or attempting to reduce uncertainty. So the three strategies we use to reduce uncertainty are passive strategies, active strategies, and interactive strategies. So passive strategies are strategies where we're observing the person we're communicating with from afar and seeing how they respond to different situations and learning information about them through that. Active strategies are asking friends or family members about them and trying to reduce uncertainty by learning information from third parties. And interactive strategies are when we directly ask them questions about them and reduce uncertainty and learn more information about them by talking directly to them. So we saw this idea in Unit 1 when we were defining interpersonal communication because it's a key aspect of the definition of interpersonal communication because it's how we interpersonally communicate. We reduce uncertainty and we develop our relationships through this reduction of uncertainty. We also saw it in Unit 4 when we read the Gibbs article about online dating. So some key findings I found about the topic include an article I read that did a survey of college students and how uncertainty reduction led to an increase in intimacy in their romantic relationships. So they answered questions about ways they reduce uncertainty and how the reduction of this uncertainty develops their relationships and increases intimacy. Another study I looked at was about job transfers, and it focused on how uncertainty reduction does not only occur in initial phases of interactions, it also occurs in exit phases, and it was interesting to apply the theory to not only the initial phase of relationships, it also applies to all phases of relationships. I also looked at a bunch of studies that had to do with online platforms and how there's a lot of uncertainty in any online platform, whether that be online dating, online surrogacy ads, or just social media, because we can be so easily deceived online because we don't have the information we have when we're in person communicating with someone. So that was interesting to see how people reduce uncertainty online and the motives for why we want to reduce uncertainty online. My favorite part about the encyclopedia entry was probably the theoretical background section because I found it really interesting to see how the uncertainty reduction theory really applies to interpersonal communication and how it can apply in so many different contexts, whether that be online or long-distance relationships or job transfers. It just applies in so many different contexts, which was really interesting. And it's important to understand the uncertainty reduction theory because it helps us develop our relationships and interpersonally communicate successfully. And when we do this, we can increase intimacy in our relationships more easily. So in conclusion, I think it's important to understand the uncertainty reduction theory because it helps us develop our relationships and interpersonally communicate in a successful way.